I get cracked up about certain topics in the Bible, and this is one of them. And it probably shouldn't be because people take this really seriously. But some people think tattoos are a complete sin, that you are damaging the temple of God. And other people are like, it's no big deal. So what does the Bible actually say about this? And let me tell you what it doesn't say. It does not say 100% tattoos are wrong. Now, wait a minute. Or does it say that? There is a passage that clearly says it. And this is the only reference that's ever mentioned. Leviticus 19:28, do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourself. I am the Lord. I mean, that seems pretty clear, right? Don't do it. It's a don't. And we love to pinpoint a single verse and go, there it is. That's it. Notwithstanding, we're not looking at the context of the entire text or looking at the context of why that was written in the first place. So the context matters here. It's part of Mosaic law given to ancient Israel. Surrounding verses prohibit pagan mourning. Pagan, in case my Southern is not clear. In that culture, tattoos were often tied to idolatry, devotion to other gods, rituals for the dead. We don't tend to have that today. If this was being written today, would we hear any of this in our Western culture? No. Maybe some other cultures around the world, but not a Western culture. So what it clearly says is Israel was not to mark their bodies as part of a pagan religious practice. What it doesn't say is clearly addressing modern tattoos. It didn't say from here on out, forget about it. It just doesn't say that. And the reason we kind of think that it does is that we look at other references, other passages that it's referred to indirectly as a possible connection. It's usually not connected at all, but here's what we tend to do. We tend to take a passage from here, passage from over here, some reference point, and we go, oh, if this is true, then this thing over here must be true too, and let me combine that to make my argument. And so these are really argument passages. So 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, your body's the holy temple. It's the temple of the Holy Spirit. So therefore, honor God with your bodies. So they argue that you're harming your body when you get a tattoo. But the writer here is really talking about sexual immorality. He's not talking about tattoos, but you can see how we can overlay that principle. 2 Corinthians 10:23, I have the right to do anything, but everything is not beneficial. So because my brother or sister might get upset about me having a tattoo, I have the right to do it. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Romans 14:5-13, if you want to read the whole passage. But it says each of them should be fully convinced in their own mind. This is conscious-based decisions. Some people feel like, you know what? These things are wrong. Tattoos are wrong. And guess what? For that person, it's wrong. Which, complete sidebar, how many rules have we created for ourselves that it becomes a sin for us because we designated the rules, even though God hadn't said anything remotely connected to it? So something to think about. So those are some of the ways that we consider it. A passage that goes in another direction entirely. This is pretty crazy. In fact, it's really crazy. Look at this. Isaiah 49:16. See, I have engraved you on the palms of my hands. What does that sound like? I've engraved you on the palm of my hand. Does that not sound like a tattoo? It's not about tattoos directly, but it does show marking or engraving. It's not inherently negative. And what does it mean here to be engraved on the palm? It means to never be forgotten. It means to be intensely and in an intimate way involved. It's the use of imagery of belonging and remembrance. So what the Bible doesn't do, it does not give a universal timeless command, tattoos are sinful. It does not revisit or reinforce Leviticus tattoo in the New Testament. It doesn't come back and say, hey, just want to make sure everybody's clear. Want to make sure everybody in Rome knows, make sure everybody in Ephesus knows, and Sardis and Laodicea. Just to be clear, tattoos are a no-go. We don't see that anywhere. And does not treat body markings as a central moral issue. Now, if it was associated with some pagan ritual, and everybody who saw you have a tattoo said, oh man, I see who they worship, that'd be a different story. But we don't have that today. It's not the way that it works. So a clean conclusion. If you strip away assumptions, just stay with the text. It's only prohibited when tied to a pagan ritual, and this was written to Israel. Everything else, principle-based, not rule-based. So the real modern question isn't, are tattoos allowed? It's closer to, what is this expressing, and does it align with who I am becoming? And to me, that's a pretty good question. Is this aligned to who I'm becoming? I had a buddy of mine whose kid just recently got a tattoo that said, God have mercy. It's a great reminder. My son has a tattoo that says agape in the Greek, and it's symbols instead of alphabet. It's a great reminder for him. You think about the Lord's Supper when Jesus said, do this in remembrance of me. If you look through the Old Testament, maybe not with a marking, but they were setting up stones as memorials. They were renaming locations as memorials. And if this tattoo is a great remembrance to you, hey, it could be something that's extremely powerful in your life. And it may be something that you find very helpful for your relationship with God. Well, Bible answers for real life. Go get you a tattoo with Bible answers on it. Make a comment below if you got other questions. If I'm way off base and you're going, Paul, that is dumb, make a comment. Tell me how dumb I am. Also, subscribe as more episodes are on the way. This is just episode 2. More episodes on the way on what is sin and what in the world did Jesus mean by turn the other cheek. Until next time, and always, be blessed.